I picked up this Apple IIc a couple years ago. I do have the small monitor that goes with it, and it works. Seems to work fine, best I can tell. The fellow I bought it from said he'd been using it regularly. Had recently taken it to Kansas Fest, used it there. Has the 5¼ inch drive on it. Don't know much else about it. I haven't really looked up the serial number yet. It's pretty dirty, and I think I'm going to start out by trying to get this thing cleaned up and trying to get it looking decent again, and then we'll go from there. Here's the monitor. You can see it's really yellow, but it does work. I did find a number of videos out on YouTube that show about disassembling these. I'm just starting by pulling all the screws out of the back of the case. Well, I got the top cover off. I think I can go ahead and almost scrub this off right away and put it right in my retro bright tank. I just put a mouse in there, so I might as well add this to the mix. Well, here's some good news. This appears to have the Alps keyboard in it, and I only know that because I just watched a video by Adrian's Digital Basement, and he went through the process of cleaning up a IIc, and the keyboard that was in it was very different. And one of the things he explained was, one of the ways you can identify the Alps keyboard without taking it apart is, just the feel of the caps lock key, how much does it wiggle? And then check the long keys, like the shift. See how the key moves up and down, even though you're pressing on the side, the keys are stabilized. So, and the other thing is it has a metal backplate. This one, as you can see, has a metal backplate on it. And this clip that clips into the disk drive is also unique to the Alps keyboard. So that's cool that this has the Alps keyboard on it. That's all I know so far, but we'll keep digging. So that keyboard just lifts right out of there. And then this drive kind of lifts out. It's still attached by the ribbon cable, which I want to remove. There we go. This needs to be cleaned up. This faceplate's pretty nasty. I guess I could probably get that faceplate off just taking these two front screws off. Let's get a little more complicated here. Maybe I can just turn this like that. There you go. Let's flip it over. I can take this and get this cleaned up. Well, I have this back together, cleaned up pretty nice. I just used my cleanser and a scrubbing pad, but I think it's good enough. Now, I'd like to get this motherboard out of here because I'd really like to clean the bottom of this case up. I don't really want to leave the motherboard in there while I'm doing it. So I understand that there are screws around here. So I'm gonna try pulling all those out, and then we'll see where that takes us. That's loose. Okay, now I watched one fella. He took these 2 screws out here. Don't know what this is. Looks like all those screws are the same. Might be part of the power supply. I don't know. Yeah, we're loose now. So now I got 4 screws there. I think I'm missing something else. One screw, 2, 3. One more. There it is. Okay, now it's over here. So it's holding me in over here. And of course the speakers hold me in. I wonder if this little black screw has come out. Let's try that. There we go. Yeah, that just, it's like a pin that sits down in. And over here we go. There's the board. But that's what I'm looking for now. I just got to figure out how to get this speaker out of here. I don't want the speaker to go in my retro brake, but I'm just going to start by scrubbing back here and see what I can do with just scrubbing this. Maybe I can not have to go all the way to the retro brake. The other thing I'm going to do is just take all the keys off this keyboard and then go give them a good wash. I think they'll clean up fine. I'll vacuum underneath here, get the keyboard, you know, cleaned up. Once I get all that cleaned up, I'll be back. I'm in the process of putting this back together now. Case looking pretty good. Got the motherboard back in the case. I also did a little research. And the back of this system, the serial number on this, first of all, the model number is an A2S4100. I learned that the 4100 indicates this is the first major revision of the system, or of the Apple IIc. So that means that this did in fact come with the Alps keyboard. That was one of the things that was changed in this revision. Came with a different main logic board, which has less RAM chips in it. Also has a memory expansion adapter or a connection point. No memory expansion in this one. You know, there's some other changes to it. So anyways, let's put her back together. There it is, all assembled. Looks really nice. Pretty impressed. Can't wait till I get the monitor done. I can hook it all up and fire it up, see how it works. Welcome back to the Apple II shop. Let's start over here. In this corner, I have some spare parts or spare stuff. Got a couple of keyboards up here. Over here, I've got a 2GS WAS edition that I am in the process of simply verifying that everything works correctly. I'm almost there, but I'm having a little trouble proving that that 3.5-inch drive will write correctly. Well, let's not worry about that. By the way, that's a ROM 0. Over here, I have some more bits and pieces that haven't been restored yet. Over here, I've got a little retro braiding going on. This is a part of an Apple II, well, it's a monitor for a 2C, the small monitor. And over here I have the other parts of it. Some of these pieces are cleaned up, ready to go. This one, I'm not sure what I'm doing here yet, but I'm a little concerned about digging deeper into this so that I can clean up this case. But anyways, more exciting is over here. Here's what this video is about, is this 2C. I got to test it. So I got a DOS 3.3 disc in there, I fired it up, and it works. And I gotta be honest with you, it didn't work the first time. I goofed when I put the disk drive back together. I did not reassemble it correctly. So I tore it back apart, figured out what I did wrong, put it together correctly, and now we're back in business. So I'm excited about that. So that's going to conclude our Apple IIc kind of restoration cleanup project.